been a while, but I've got thoughts in my brain and I don't feel like I have time to sit down and write them out.
I haven't been in any videos.
Yeah, I haven't been making videos lately. I've been mostly focusing on actions and doing stuff. And
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, because it does take a lot of time to edit stuff, and I was starting to get really frustrated that I was just talking about stuff all the time and not having a whole lot of time to actually do things about the things that I wanted to change. So that's where I haven't been on here a whole lot. I've been making tons of progress in a lot of ways. My house is much more orderly. My routines are stronger. I'm realizing it is absolutely crucial that I use my mobile app to-do list thing. I get so overwhelmed with everything that I need to do so quickly and easily that just having that list to sit and look at it every morning, reminding me I can plan and plan and plan, but I can't remember my plan. So when I put it in there, I know exactly what I need to do, when I need to do it, all that good stuff. And it helps tremendously with prioritizing. My world just runs so much better when I use my task lists, basically my flight plans, Fly Lady flight plans. Of course, there's the struggle when you do that of being able to do what you can and let the rest go. It can become stressful when you feel like you got to do everything that is on the list. So I'm still battling with that a little bit, but I think it's a lot easier. Because from day to my life is different from day to day. One day I could be on the run all day long and not have time to do anything, and then the next day I could be sitting at home with nothing that I have to go do. So I have to just use my time wisely. Time management is really, I think, the hugest thing, especially when I have so many different facets of my life that I really need to try to balance. That's really my key. My key is trying to find balance. So trying to get the basic chores, keep up on the basic chores in the house, making sure that I'm putting attention and effort into the issues of each of the kids, and trying to make sure that I'm taking the time for myself to decompress and do the things that I enjoy in life so that I can be happy and not turn into Momzilla and make everybody miserable. So it's a delicate balance, and it's really, really tricky to establish and maintain that balance, especially when I have the desire and the drive. I just want to throw myself into whatever it is that I'm focusing on in that moment. I want to just go to town, like whether it's cleaning my house or working in the yard, or I want to put everything into it. And you can't put everything into everything, or you'll go crazy, because it's just not possible. So trying to find that balance. Right now I have been focusing a lot on my sanity, trying to get healthy, diet and exercise, trying to make sure that I'm getting time to decompress at nighttime, trying to improve my sleep, because my sleep has always been jacked up, which my sleep stuff is getting better, but I still have some kinks to work out. Like right now, I think the kinks that I really need to iron, that I want to iron out next, is my evening stuff. I am still getting tired at the end of the day after dinner, and I want to sit down and take a break. And so, you know, like 9 o'clock-ish, when I'm trying to get the kids to bed, which they're not doing very well, you know, is when that's when I'm supposed to be able to sit down with my book and a glass of wine and have me time and decompress so that I can go to bed at a reasonable hour, so that I can get the rest that I need to get up in the morning at a reasonable time, to get up and stay up and take care of the tasks that I need to take care of, whether it's exercising or housework or making phone calls for the kids' stuff. Yeah, I'm still struggling with the sleep a little bit, but it's definitely improving. Like I went to bed at midnight last night, which is, you know, to give you perspective, there was a long stretch of time where I'd be fighting with the kids so late at night that by the time I actually got them to stop coming out of their room and talking to me, and then I would want, you know, still need the time to decompress, because I don't know, it's super stressful to try to relax while there's stress going on around you, like trying to relax and not being able to. Like, you guys are supposed to be in bed, can't you just stay in bed for God's sake? And I'm trying to relax here, and it's just stressing me out more because it just don't work out very well. So I end up kind of doing the opposite of decompressing. I need one more mile. And so then I would end up staying up so late just trying to feel like I'm decompressing that I'd be up until like 4:30 in the morning when I hear the coffee starting to brew, because John is back to work, and so he's getting up early. And then I would be sleeping most of the day while the kids were at school, and so I wasn't being able to use that time productively. So I think I'm doing a lot better with that. I haven't felt like I've been needing to sleep as much because the quality of sleep I've been getting is better. Because I have been going to bed a little earlier. But I do need to go, I need to be able to go to bed probably by like 11. Because I get up at 5:30. What's the matter, Mary? You're not comfortable? I want to sleep too. I hear you there, girl. Like, ideally, I'm aiming for 6.5 hours of sleep. That's not even that much. Oh my gosh, I think I totally passed where I was supposed to turn because I'm so tired. It's alright though. It's not the end of the world. So to get up at 5:30, I need to go to bed at like 10 or 11 to be able to get 6.5 to 7.5 hours of sleep. And that's just not possible because the kids' bedtime is 9 o'clock, but I'm often still fighting with them up until, and sometimes even later than midnight, trying to keep them in bed. And so that's something I seriously need to work that kink out, because it's throwing off my whole game. If everything else has been like falling into place pretty well. Been going to the gym Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays most of the time. It's been harder to make it to the gym now that John is working again, because I've been having to take Mary Jane with me sometimes on the Wednesdays and Friday nights when I take B to group down in Ferndale. So I'm trying to do my gym stuff in the morning on those days instead of dropping him off at group and then going to the gym like I have been. Or my mom, I talked to my mom about like letting Mary go hang out over there for a while so that I can go to the gym when I go to take B to group. So, need to work out is getting the kids to bed. There was something else, but I can't think what it was. Sleep. I need to get my sleep because I'm so freaking tired right now. Oh, I remember what the other thing was that I need to focus on. So I'm glad that I'm saying these things out loud so that I can hopefully imprint them into my brain. The other thing that I really want to focus on tweaking is my evening routine. Getting dinner cleaned up before I sit down with my book and my glass of wine. Because like I was saying originally, it's like I'm really tired by then and I just want to sit down and take a break, but then I end up not getting back up. I don't end up getting, then I get tired and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed. And so dinner is still most of the time getting cleaned up in the morning, which is then throwing off my schedule in the morning. And I'm wasting food, which really sucks because like I made a whole bunch of chicken breasts last night that I was gonna save the extras in the fridge to be my protein for my meals like throughout the day, because I'm trying to do the 6 small meals throughout the day, which is very difficult when my life is so crazy. Like, okay, it's time to eat something and I have no idea what I'm gonna eat because I suck at doing the meal planning thing. And so like I don't have time to cook something every time, and so a lot of the time I'm grabbing carbs like a granola bar or a handful of nuts, which is healthy but not as often as I'm having to grab them. I'm doing like a lot of yogurt with granola, which isn't bad, but I'm not getting in as much of the vegetables that I need. So I need to like start preparing salads and having pre-cooked vegetable, roasted veggies on hand, because I'm not getting in the vegetables that I need. And so I'm wasting a lot of calories on like the higher calorie foods when I could be like just having a big old salad and feeling much more satisfied. So I guess that's a third thing that I'd like to fine tune some more is my diet. I'd like to be getting in more cardio, but I have to kind of accept the fact that the cardio that I get in is going to be based on a lot of other things, like what time I've got, how much energy I have. If I'm super tired because I didn't get hardly any sleep last night, it is so much harder to get myself up in the morning and go for a run, or to really put in my all when I do go to the gym. I'm just exhausted. And I have the Adipex that my doctor prescribed me, but we think that it might be making me feel more stressed out, so I had stopped taking that for a while. So I did take that this morning just because I am so exhausted and I have to go to the gym. I haven't taken it in a couple weeks though, so we'll see if it helps me. My last complaint and irritation that I have to vent about is being a woman. My goodness, here I'm putting all this effort and energy into like, getting healthy and losing weight so that I can regulate my hormones, right? But then my hormones are screwing everything else up because I'm more tired. It's coming up, there's that PMS. So I'm more tired, I'm bloated, I feel huge, and like I've put on most of the weight that I've lost, but I know it's all mostly water, and so now I'm like anxious, even though I know rationally it's every woman gains like 5 to 10 pounds right around their period every month. It's just the way things work. And so I'm in that phase, and it's, even though I know it rationally, it's still in the back of my head eating at me, like how much of this is actually going to come back off, and how much of it is actually what I'm doing and eating, and how much of it is actually that, intrusive thoughts, anxiety thoughts that aren't important, because as long as I keep going through the motions, it doesn't matter what the scale says right now, today. One moment, Mary. Doesn't matter what the scale says today. I'm not just doing it for weight. I'm doing it for hormone regulation. I'm doing it for mood regulation. I'm doing it to be healthy. I'm doing it to do something for myself. you know, losing the weight is actually supposed to be just a happy bonus. So I need to, even though I'm following my weight also because of my hormone tracker, my period tracker. I'm supposed to like keep track of my weight because it helps me pay attention to my hormones. I need to remember that as long as I'm going through the motions, as long as I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, the weight will slowly come off. And I don't have to worry about how fast it's coming off, because this is supposed to be a lifestyle change. It's not a band-aid. It's not supposed to be a quick fix. It's supposed to be a lifestyle change, which means, you know, going through the motions, everything else is supposed to fall into place. So I think that's about it. I'm glad that I got to actually, I don't know, it didn't even occur to me, like this whole week I've been having like stuff I've been wanting to sit down and get out of my mind and, you know, verbalize so that I can set it out, my priorities and my goals. And I almost forgot, hey, I don't have to be able to stop. I can sit there and just talk to myself instead, and, and then I can post it on the internet to remind myself later. So now I'm going to go take Mary Jane into school because she missed the bus this morning. That's a whole other ball game. We've been having some struggles with Mary, but maybe I'll get on and talk about that sometime soon. But anyway, so that's my update. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Bye.